In this video, we're diving into the fascinating world of U.S. wartime nickels, the coins minted during one of the most challenging times in American history. Today, we're exploring the 6 most valuable and ultra-rare Jefferson wartime nickels that could be worth a fortune in today's market. Some of these coins are so rare and have unbelievable value. So stay tuned as we uncover the hidden secrets, collector demand, and jaw-dropping prices behind these legendary wartime nickels. First up, we're exploring one of the most fascinating and valuable coin in U.S. history, the ultra-rare 1943 Jefferson wartime nickel from the Philadelphia Mint. This coin might appear dull, worn, or even dirty, but what looks like an ordinary 5-cent piece could actually be a hidden fortune. Many collectors overlook these coins, not realizing that this particular wartime issue contains precious metal, unique design changes, and incredible historical significance that make it a true gem in the numismatic world. Whether you're a beginner or a seasoned collector, the story behind the 1943 P. Jefferson nickel will give you a whole new appreciation for how something so small can hold such immense value. The year 1943 was one of the most turbulent periods in modern history. The world was deep in the grip of World War II, and the United States Mint had to make an important decision: preserve essential war materials or continue traditional coinage. Nickel, a key metal used in armor plating for tanks and aircraft, was too valuable for battlefield production to be wasted on everyday currency. So, for the first time in U.S. history, the Mint changed the composition of the 5-cent coin, creating what would be forever known as the wartime nickel. These special coins were minted from an alloy of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This unique mix not only conserved nickel for the war effort, but also gave the coin a slightly different color and feel, setting it apart from regular issues. When examining the 1943 P. Jefferson nickel, the artistry and attention to detail stand out immediately. On the obverse side, you'll see the familiar portrait of Thomas Jefferson designed by Felix Schlag, featuring Jefferson facing left with the inscriptions, "In God We Trust" and "Liberty" flanking his profile. While similar to earlier issues, the wartime nickel's silver-based surface often exhibits unique toning and oxidation patterns that create striking visual character, especially when the coin is in very dirty or well-circulated condition. On the reverse, Monticello, Jefferson's iconic Virginia home, dominates the design. Above it, you'll find the large mint mark P positioned above the dome, a first for U.S. coinage. This oversized mint mark was introduced specifically to help identify the new silver composition and assist with wartime recycling efforts. Rarity and survival are where the 1943 P really begins to shine. Although millions were struck, very few have survived in high-grade or original condition. Many of these coins spent decades in circulation, accumulating grime, scratches, and toning that hide their true identity. Ironically, the ones that appear dirtiest or dullest are often the most authentic examples of wartime circulation pieces. Collector demand for the 1943 P. Jefferson nickel continues to grow year after year. What makes this coin particularly appealing is its combination of historical context, metal content, and aesthetic uniqueness. It represents not only a turning point in U.S. minting history, but also the nation's resilience and adaptability during wartime. Collectors of the Jefferson Nickel series consider the wartime years, 1942 through 1945, essential for completing a full set. The 1943 P stands out especially because it was the first U.S. coin ever to feature the P mint mark, a distinction that adds to its collectability. In terms of market value, the 1943 P. Jefferson wartime nickel can range dramatically depending on condition. A very dirty, circulated coin with visible wear might still fetch between $1,000 to $5,000, primarily for its silver content and collectible status. In moderately circulated grades, prices often rise to $2,000 to $8,000. However, coins in uncirculated or mint state condition, particularly those graded MS65 or higher, can bring $3,000 to $9,000 or more at auction. Exceptional examples with full steps on Monticello or vivid toning can exceed $11,500, while rare proof-like or error-struck varieties have been known to reach 4-figure values. It's worth noting that the market for wartime nickels remains strong because of silver prices and increased collector interest in mid-20th century American coinage. For collectors hoping to find one of these treasures, focus on key details. Check rolls of nickels, estate coin jars, or old family collections. Many people still have wartime nickels tucked away without realizing their worth. Always examine the reverse side closely for the large P mint mark above Monticello. Look for sharp details, original luster, and minimal corrosion. If the coin is very dirty, avoid cleaning it, as improper cleaning can destroy its value. Instead, have it authenticated and graded by a professional service like PCGS or NGC. The 1943 P. Jefferson Wartime Nickel is more than just a small piece of metal. It's a symbol of American innovation and sacrifice during one of history's most challenging times. Its silver composition, distinctive design, and wartime origins make it a standout collectible that continues to gain recognition in the numismatic community. Stay tuned, because in our next video, we'll explore another incredible U.S. coin that has taken the collecting world by storm. One that might just be hiding in your change jar right now. And secondly, we're going to explore the most valuable and rare, the 1944 Jefferson Wartime Nickel, with the Philadelphia P mint mark stands as one of the most fascinating and highly sought-after pieces in American numismatics. This ultra-rare 5-cent coin has captivated collectors for decades, not only for its historical background, but also for its distinctive composition and design that set it apart from ordinary nickels. It represents a pivotal chapter in U.S. coinage history, combining wartime necessity, patriotic symbolism, and numismatic rarity. Despite being over 80 years old and often found in worn or dirty condition, the 1944 P. Jefferson Wartime Nickel remains a prized treasure for collectors who appreciate its historical significance and the remarkable story it tells about America during World War II. The 1944 Jefferson Nickel was struck during one of the most turbulent times in world history, at the height of World War II. The U.S. Mint introduced a special wartime composition for nickels in 1942 to conserve nickel metal for military use, replacing it with a unique alloy of 56% copper, 35% silver, and 9% manganese. This made the coin not only functional but also symbolic. Each piece served as a reminder of the nation's effort and unity during wartime. Minted at the Philadelphia facility, which produced over 119 million pieces that year, the 1944 P. Nickel marked an important continuation of this wartime issue. For collectors, it represents a tangible connection to the past, a piece of history that circulated during one of America's defining eras. The design of the 1944 Jefferson Nickel showcases the artistry of Felix Schlag, whose depiction of President Thomas Jefferson on the obverse remains an enduring image in U.S. coinage. The obverse features Jefferson's left-facing profile, rendered with remarkable realism and depth, while the reverse displays his iconic Monticello home in Virginia. Above the building, the word Monticello appears boldly, with 5 cents and United States of America inscribed below. What makes the wartime nickels unique is the large mint mark placed above Monticello on the reverse, a feature exclusive to these years. The P mint mark, representing Philadelphia, was used on nickels for the first time in U.S. history, adding to the coin's historical importance. Measuring 21.2 millimeters in diameter and weighing 5 grams, the silver alloy composition gives it a distinctive pale tone, often accented by attractive toning in uncirculated specimens. Rarity and condition play a major role in the desirability of the 1944 P. Jefferson Wartime Nickel. Although its mintage numbers were relatively high, finding examples in pristine, uncirculated condition is increasingly difficult today. Many circulated pieces have become heavily worn or dirty, while others show surface oxidation due to their silver content. The real treasures are those coins that have survived the decades with full steps on Monticello, an indicator of a strong strike and minimal wear. These full steps varieties are exceptionally scarce and command a significant premium in the market. Coins with sharp detail, lustrous surfaces, and minimal blemishes are the true gems sought by serious collectors. When it comes to market value, the 1944 P. Wartime Nickel demonstrates strong and steady performance among Jefferson nickels. Common circulated examples may trade for just a few dollars, but high-grade certified coins can fetch anywhere between $1,000 and $8,000, depending on condition and rarity. Those with the full steps designation, especially in grades MS67 or higher, often reach the upper end of that range in major auctions. The blend of silver composition, wartime symbolism, and the introduction of the P mint mark all contribute to its high market desirability. Over time, the coin's value has appreciated steadily, and demand continues to rise as more collectors focus on completing wartime nickel sets or investing in U.S. silver coinage. For collectors seeking to acquire a 1944 P. Jefferson wartime nickel, a few practical steps can make a difference. Prioritize coins that have been professionally graded and certified by trusted organizations such as PCGS or NGC. Examine the Monticello steps carefully, as sharp, full details can substantially enhance value. Always purchase from reputable dealers or auction houses to avoid counterfeits or altered surfaces. Given its silver content, proper storage is essential. Keep the coin in an airtight holder or slab to prevent tarnishing or corrosion. Avoid cleaning or polishing the surface, as this can reduce its collectible appeal and market worth. Engaging with coin forums and collector communities can also provide valuable insights into current market trends and help identify potential investment opportunities. Beyond its financial worth, the 1944 P. Wartime Nickel holds enduring appeal for history enthusiasts and patriotic collectors. Each coin serves as a reminder of America's industrial ingenuity and unity during one of the most challenging periods in modern history. It captures the resilience and innovation that defined the wartime era, values reflected in the very metal of the coin itself. For many collectors, owning a 1944 P. nickel is not just about possession, but about preserving a piece of America's spirit, minted in silver when the nation's resources were stretched thin by global conflict. For those fortunate enough to discover a 1944 P. Jefferson wartime nickel in their collection, even in very dirty or aged condition, it's worth taking a closer look before overlooking its potential. Beneath the tarnish and where may lie a coin of remarkable value, especially if it retains clear details and the sought-after full steps feature on Monticello. The 1944 Jefferson wartime nickel with the Philadelphia P. mint mark remains a symbol of American strength, artistry, and historical legacy. Its unique silver composition, distinctive design, and wartime origins make it an essential collectible in any serious numismatic collection. Whether found in a very dirty, circulated state or in pristine uncirculated condition, it stands as a testament to an era defined by sacrifice and innovation. For collectors and investors alike, the 1944 P. Jefferson Nickel represents not just a valuable piece of metal, but a living story, an enduring reminder that even the smallest coins can carry immense historical and monetary value. And thirdly, we're exploring one of the most incredibly valuable and most expensive, the ultra-rare 1941 Jefferson Nickel without a mint mark, but not just any 1941 nickel. This is the story of the 1941 proof Jefferson Nickel, a coin that represents the pinnacle of quality from the Philadelphia Mint and one of the key dates for any serious collector of the series. The Jefferson Nickel series was still in its infancy in 1941, having only begun in 1938. This was a time of immense global tension, with the United States on the precipice of entering the Second World War. The Mint was preparing for a potential shift in coinage metals, though the official change to the wartime silver alloy nickels wouldn't happen until late 1942. In this final year of peacetime minting, the Philadelphia Mint struck a very limited number of coins for collectors using a special process. These were the proof coins, characterized by their stunning mirror-like fields and sharp, frosted devices. When you examine the design of this coin, you are looking at the work of Felix Schlag, whose artistry defines the entire series. The obverse features a bold left-facing portrait of President Thomas Jefferson with the word Liberty to the right and the motto, "In God We Trust," along the left edge. The date, 1941, is positioned squarely below the portrait. The reverse showcases a familiar view of Monticello, Jefferson's iconic estate, with the name arched above and the denomination 5 cents below. The mint mark for coins struck elsewhere, like Denver or San Francisco, would be found on the reverse to the right of Monticello. However, on this specific Philadelphia issue, there is no mint mark, a characteristic of all Philadelphia mint coins of the era, including these special proof strikes. The key is in the surface quality, which on a proof coin should be a perfect mirror, even if now obscured by age and toning. The concept of rarity for this coin is twofold. First, the original mintage for the 1941 proof nickel was exceedingly low, with official figures often cited around 18,000 pieces, a minuscule number compared to the hundreds of millions of regular strike nickels produced that year. Second, and perhaps more critically, is the survival rate. Many of these coins were handled, placed into albums that caused contact marks, or simply toned over the decades, losing their original brilliant luster. Finding a 1941 proof nickel that has retained its exceptional eye appeal is a monumental challenge. The coin we are focusing on today is described as being in a very dirty condition, which significantly impacts its grade and value, but the underlying fact of its proof status is what gives it its fundamental worth and collectability. Within the Jefferson Nickel series, the pre-war proof issues from 1938 to 1942 stand as the absolute monarchs. They represent the finest quality the mint could produce before the war effort shifted priorities. For a collector assembling a complete set of Jefferson nickels, a proof example from each of these years is the ultimate goal, and the 1941 is a central pillar of that set. Its demand is consistently high because it is a condition rarity. While thousands may exist, only a handful can claim to be in top-tier grades. This creates a fierce competition among advanced collectors whenever a nice example appears at a major auction, driving prices far beyond what one might expect for a typical nickel from the 1940s. So, what is the market value for a 1941 proof nickel in a very dirty condition? It is crucial to understand that the value is entirely dependent on the coin's grade, which encapsulates its state of preservation beneath the dirt and toning. A coin in a state such as proof 60, which is considered impaired with heavy hairlines, noticeable contact marks, and obscured surfaces, can still command a price between $200 and $300 due to its inherent rarity. If the coin, despite being dirty, has fewer contact marks and the dirt is more superficial, perhaps grading closer to proof 63, the value can jump to the $400 to $600 range. For a coin that is brilliant and has been professionally graded and encapsulated by PCGS or NGC in grades of proof 65 or higher, we are looking at values that can easily exceed $2,000, with superb gems reaching for 5 figures. For collectors on the hunt for this numismatic gem, your strategy must be meticulous. First and foremost, focus on authentication and grading. A raw, dirty coin could be a heavily cleaned regular strike, so purchasing one that has been certified by a top-tier grading service is the safest approach. Pay close attention to the surfaces. Even on a dirty coin, you want to look for an absence of heavy scratches or gouges that would permanently impair the grade. The color and luster, though hidden, can sometimes be glimpsed around the devices or in protected areas. Your best chances of finding one will be at major coin shows, through established coin dealers who specialize in classic US series, or on reputable online auction platforms that provide high-resolution images. Do not expect to find this coin in a jar of old change. It is a specialized collectible that requires a specialized search. This particular coin's journey from a meticulously crafted proof striking to its current state, covered in the grime and toning of over 8 decades, only adds to its compelling narrative. Each speck of dirt and area of discoloration tells a story of its past, whether it was stored in an old cabinet, handled by early collectors, or simply sat undisturbed for generations. While a pristine, brilliant example is the ultimate prize, there is a certain raw authenticity to an impaired proof like this. It is an unpolished relic that has survived against the odds, and its substantial value, even in a very dirty condition, is a powerful testament to its profound numismatic significance and the relentless demand from collectors who understand its true place in the hobby. The 1941 proof Jefferson nickel without a mint mark is a landmark coin for the series. It embodies a specific, fleeting moment in American history, just before the nation was irrevocably changed by war. Its extremely low mintage and the even smaller number of high-grade survivors cement its status as a classic rarity. For new collectors, it represents a significant but achievable target for a premium-type coin, while for seasoned veterans, it is an essential piece of the Jefferson nickel puzzle. Its appeal lies in this duality. It is both a beautiful work of numismatic art and a tangible piece of history, a coin whose value and desirability are assured for generations to come. Now, if you think a dirty 1941 nickel being worth hundreds of dollars is surprising, just wait for our next video. We will be examining a coin that is arguably the most famous error in all of US coinage, a coin that was struck on the wrong metal planchet entirely, creating a legendary and astronomically valuable hybrid. You will not want to miss the story of the 1943 copper penny. And fourthly, we're going to explore the most valuable and expensive United States, the rare 1964 Jefferson nickel, without a mint mark, stands as one of the most captivating and paradoxical treasures in all of American numismatics. A coin that appears utterly common, yet holds a secret status that electrifies serious collectors. While billions of nickels were struck in 1964 across the Philadelphia, Denver, and San Francisco mints, the specific coins that capture the imagination are those rare, special strike specimens that transcend ordinary circulation. These are not the worn pieces found in pocket change, but rather the pinnacle of the mint's art from that final year of silver-era coinage, representing a last hurrah of meticulous craftsmanship. Their appeal lies in this unique position at the end of an era, combined with an extreme scarcity that makes the pursuit of one a thrilling challenge for any enthusiast, solidifying its reputation as a prized and highly desirable centerpiece for an advanced collection. The historical context of the 1964 nickel is deeply intertwined with a nation in transition and a coinage system under stress. Following the assassination of President John F. Kennedy in 1963, a national coin shortage gripped the United States, fueled by hoarding and the rising price of silver. In a dramatic move to stabilize the supply of circulating coinage, President Lyndon B. Johnson and Congress suspended the minting of silver coins after 1964 and authorized the continued production of 1964-dated nickels well into 1965. This decision makes the 1964 nickel the last of its kind bearing a pre-1965 date, a tangible link to the final moments of the classic U.S. coinage system. The specific coins of immense value were struck at the Philadelphia Mint, which traditionally did not use a mint mark, and were produced not for circulation, but as exceptional special mint sets, intended for collectors and showcasing superior quality. The unique features of this coin are defined by its magnificent design and exceptional strike. The obverse features the timeless portrait of President Thomas Jefferson by Felix Schlag, facing left, with the motto "In God We Trust" to the side and the word "Liberty" alongside the date, all framed by stars. The reverse depicts Jefferson's home, Monticello, with the familiar inscriptions. What separates the ultra-valuable 1964 no-mint mark nickel from the common variety is not the design itself, but the breathtaking execution of that design. These special strike coins exhibit incredibly sharp details, with Jefferson's hair and the columns of Monticello rendered with a crispness unseen on business strikes. The surfaces are often satiny or semi-proof-like, with minimal imperfections and a visual appeal that is immediately apparent to the trained eye, marking them as products of a deliberate and careful minting process reserved for the finest specimens. The rarity and condition of the special 1964 Philadelphia nickel are the very heart of its legend and value. While the total mintage of 1964 nickels was enormous, the population of these special strike coins preserved in top-tier condition is minuscule. Most coins from this period entered circulation and were subjected to wear, abrasions, and loss of detail. The truly valuable examples are those graded in superb condition, such as MS 66 or higher by professional services, where the coin must exhibit full mint luster, razor-sharp strikes, and virtually no contact marks. The combination of being a one-year type coin, the final pre-1965 issue, and the extreme scarcity of pristine, high-relief special strikes creates a perfect storm of numismatic desirability. Finding such a coin is the goal of many advanced collectors, yet the market sees only a handful of these gems surface in a given year. The market value for a 1964 Jefferson nickel from Philadelphia in the condition that defines its rarity is substantial and reflects its elite status. For a standard business strike in average circulated condition, the value is minimal. However, for the special strike coins in gem uncirculated grades, the prices ascend dramatically. A specimen graded MS 65 can command a price in the low thousands, while examples reaching the lofty grades of MS 66 or MS 67 can realize prices from approximately $4,000 up to an astonishing $8,000 or more in today's market. This price range is firmly supported by auction records and private treaty sales, where the fierce competition among top collectors for the finest known examples consistently drives the final hammer price to impressive heights, demonstrating a strong and sustained appreciation for this numismatic landmark. For collectors aspiring to own one of these remarkable coins, a strategic and informed approach is absolutely essential. The paramount rule is to prioritize quality and certification. Given the prevalence of counterfeits and altered coins, purchasing an example that has been graded, authenticated, and encapsulated by a top-tier service like PCGS or NGC is non-negotiable. This not only guarantees the coin's genuineness, but also provides a reliable assessment of its condition. Furthermore, focus your search on reputable numismatic auction houses and established dealers with proven track records. Inspect the coin, either in person or through high-resolution photographs, paying close attention to the sharpness of the design elements, particularly on Jefferson's hair and the lines of Monticello, and the quality of the surfaces and luster. Proper stewardship is just as important as the initial acquisition. Once in your possession, the coin must be handled with extreme care. Always hold it by its edges over a soft surface to prevent accidental drops or contact with skin oils, which can degrade the surfaces over time. Secure storage in a climate-controlled environment, using inert materials like archival quality holders, will protect it from humidity, pollutants, and physical damage. Engaging with the wider numismatic community through clubs, forums, and major coin shows can provide invaluable insights into market trends and potential opportunities to acquire or trade, ensuring you remain connected to the pulse of this dynamic hobby. The 1964 Jefferson nickel without a mint mark in its highest attainable condition is far more than just 5 cents. It is a magnificent numismatic artifact that perfectly blends profound historical significance, iconic artistic design, and compelling rarity. It represents the dramatic conclusion of an era in American coinage and stands as a testament to the mint's capability for excellence even during a period of crisis. As a prized collectible, it offers the deep satisfaction of owning a tangible piece of history, while as an investment, its consistent market performance and enduring appeal to connoisseurs worldwide suggest a strong potential for long-term value retention and growth. For the dedicated numismatist, the pursuit of this exceptional nickel is a profoundly rewarding endeavor, offering a chance to secure a legendary piece for a collection that will be admired for generations to come. And at the end, we're exploring the 1981 Jefferson nickel with the Philadelphia P. Mint mark may appear like an ordinary 5-cent coin, but in the world of numismatics, this coin has sparked massive curiosity and excitement among collectors. Though millions were produced, a select few 1981 nickels hold extraordinary value due to minting anomalies, condition, and rarity. When found in very dirty or circulated condition, some of these coins might seem worthless at first glance. But what many don't realize is that beneath that layer of dirt could lie one of the most valuable nickels ever struck. A coin that could transform from pocket change into a life-changing treasure worth thousands, or even millions, of dollars in today's market. What makes the 1981 Jefferson nickel so fascinating is its place in American coinage history. By 1981, the United States Mint was transitioning between older minting techniques and more modern production systems, which led to a number of subtle but rare errors. Philadelphia minted nickels from this year were among the first to carry the P Mint mark, a symbol that later became standard for the city's coins. This small but significant detail gives the coin added historical importance, especially for collectors who prize transitional years and minting firsts. It's a piece of American history frozen in metal, carrying with it the marks of an evolving minting era. Some 1981 Jefferson nickels are valuable because of their unique die errors and striking variations. These include double dies, off-center strikes, and even planchet flaws that make each coin a one-of-a-kind rarity. A well-documented example includes 1981 nickels with misaligned dies, where the portrait of Thomas Jefferson appears slightly shifted, an error that collectors find irresistibly appealing. Such minting mistakes are like fingerprints. No two are exactly alike. When authenticated and preserved, they can sell for staggering amounts at auction, sometimes far exceeding what anyone would expect from a 5-cent coin. Condition plays a major role in determining the value of any collectible coin, but even a dirty or worn 1981 nickel can hold surprising worth if it features a rare error or unusual die pattern. Coins that have remained hidden in jars, drawers, or basements for decades often develop a natural patina that can conceal their true potential. Some collectors actually prefer finding these raw coins because cleaning or polishing can reduce their numismatic value. So, if you come across a very dirty 1981 nickel with a P Mint mark, think twice before dismissing it. It could be one of those elusive treasures hiding in plain sight. The market for rare Jefferson nickels has grown dramatically in recent years, with collectors and investors paying record-breaking prices for pristine or error-marked examples. Auction houses like Heritage and Stack's Bowers have reported several Jefferson nickels from rare years selling for thousands of dollars, depending on grade and uniqueness. Although not every 1981 nickel will make you rich overnight, the ultra-rare variants, especially those struck on the wrong planchet or featuring dramatic doubling, can easily cross into six-figure territory. That's what makes coin hunting so thrilling. The possibility that an overlooked coin could hold unimaginable value. One of the most intriguing aspects of the 1981 Jefferson nickel is its composition. Made primarily of copper and nickel, it may lack the silver content of earlier coins, but its rarity stems from human error and production scarcity rather than metal value. When you think about it, that's what makes it so magical. It's not precious metal that makes it worth a fortune, it's the story behind it. A mint worker's tiny mistake, unnoticed in 1981, could now turn a regular coin into a collector's dream, worth more than gold by weight. Collectors are drawn to the Jefferson Nickel series because it captures American artistry and history in a simple design. The 1981 edition continues to honor Thomas Jefferson's legacy, featuring his dignified profile on the obverse and his Virginia home, Monticello, on the reverse. However, small variations in these designs, such as differences in steps detail or weak strikes, can drastically affect the coin's grade and value. Professional grading companies like PeaceGS and NGC often certify these coins, and a high-grade MS-67 or MS-68 specimen can reach astronomical prices due to scarcity and demand. Many collectors and treasure hunters have discovered valuable 1981 nickels in unexpected places, from old family piggy banks to dusty coin jars forgotten for decades. These stories fuel the excitement of coin hunting, proving that hidden fortune might be closer than most people realize. What appears as an ordinary, tarnished coin could actually be your gateway to immense wealth. The thrill of finding one is unlike anything else. It's history, art, and luck all rolled into a 5-cent piece that could change your financial life overnight. Today, the 1981 Jefferson nickel with the P mint mark stands as a symbol of possibility. It reminds us that even the smallest things can hold extraordinary value when examined closely. As more collectors rediscover their old coins, the market for these rare nickels continues to rise. Demand is climbing, especially for well-documented error coins authenticated by experts. The combination of historical significance, rarity, and mystery makes this coin one of the most fascinating finds for both beginner collectors and seasoned investors alike. Another reason the 1981 Jefferson nickel has captured so much attention is because of how unpredictable the coin market can be. The value of rare coins often fluctuates based on collector demand, scarcity, and auction results. In recent years, renewed interest in U.S. nickels, especially those from the late 20th century, has pushed prices upward as more people realize that everyday coins from circulation can hold hidden value. A single discovery of an ultra-rare error coin can make headlines and ignite a surge in demand. As a result, coins like the 1981 P nickel are being carefully examined by collectors worldwide, with experts constantly re-evaluating their worth. What's fascinating is that while millions of these coins were minted, only a handful contain the distinct imperfections or die variations that make them worth thousands or more, which turns every coin hunt into a real-life treasure search. The 1981 Jefferson nickel isn't just valuable because of money. It's valuable because of what it represents. It's a reminder that the smallest details can make the biggest difference, and that fortune can hide where you least expect it. These coins bridge the gap between history and opportunity, offering both sentimental and financial value to those who understand their significance. For many collectors, finding one of these rare nickels isn't just about profit. It's about uncovering a piece of American heritage preserved in metal. So, before you overlook that dull, dirty nickel sitting in your change jar, remember that it might hold a story worth telling, and a value worth far more than anyone could imagine. So before you spend that old nickel, take a moment to look closer. That very dirty 1981 Jefferson nickel, sitting unnoticed in your change, could be worth far more than 5 cents. It could be the key to a life-changing discovery, a ticket to unimaginable wealth. These coins are not just pieces of metal, they are stories of American history, hidden fortune, and incredible luck waiting to be uncovered. Check your pockets, your drawers, your old jars, because you never know when your next coin might just be the one that turns your ordinary day into a millionaire's story.